So the typical deployment process looks something like this. First, you decide where you want to deploy your project. Then you have to learn how to deploy your project to that platform. And then you actually deploy it. And that process typically looks something like this. If your project's already built, you delete the build directory. You then configure Webpack for production. You build your project. You push the build directory to the server or the platform that you are deploying to. And then optionally, you might delete your build directory once you're done. Now, outside of being a resource to compare and contrast different hosting providers for your application, Lore can't really do much to make the selection process easier. But once you do decide, it can help a bit from there. At the root of your project is a gulp file. And just like the Webpack config, this file is really just a wrapper over this directory. Inside this directory is a default gulp task, which you can totally ignore as it's just a placeholder. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to deploy to Surge. To do that, you're going to run a CLI command from the root of your project, lore generate surge. This CLI command will place a gulp file called surge into your tasks folder. Once this file exists, assuming you have a Surge account created already at this point, you can simply run gulp surge and give it the name of the domain you want to publish your code to. At that point, Webpack will execute and build your project, placing the result in a build directory that will get pushed up to Surge. And once that's done, you can visit your project on its new home.